year, there were 12,000 reported organ trafficking incidents, and that's not including the people that were sworn to secrecy and that literally could not say they had been organ trafficked. And did you guys know that we could be a part of that change? How would y'all feel if I told you that? Even in the United States, this always happens. It is not as common as other places, but it does happen. For all you know, your neighbor could be an organ trafficking agent. They could be walking around getting people to sign up for these terrible things. There are definitely laws set in place, but they're not at all enforced enough. And organ trafficking has taken so many lives, causing so many families so much heartbreak, and even kids are now parentless because of organ trafficking. This started in the 1980s, and it's still happening, and it definitely should not be anymore at this point. First thing I want to do is give you guys a little bit more background into this problem, and then end up telling you some solutions. So I'm going to show you guys this video just a little bit. I'm not going to show you this much probably, but just a little bit more background. The man talking in this video is a organ trafficking witness. He was involved in this. He interned at an Army hospital.
It wasn't long before several soldiers carried a man over. At the time, I saw that his neck was all covered by blood and his throat was bloody. Jung witnessed doctors removing kidneys from the prisoner. He motioned for me to cut one particular blood vessel. As soon as it was cut, his blood instantly flowed out and it was hot. I was panicking and very shocked at the time. But I saw that the other people present had no expression on their faces. After the kidneys, the doctors instructed him to take out the eyeballs. I said that I couldn't do it at all. I was near collapse at that time, and my body kept on shaking. One of the doctors removed the eyeballs, and after all was done, instructed George to stuff the body into a bag, which was...
So obviously that's kind of a little gruesome, but that's just like the reality of organ trafficking. There's a lot worse things, like my last presentation I told you guys about the couple that the man heard his wife's screaming in the room next door. So obviously it's a big problem, and there aren't many punishments put into place. So Cornell Law School reported that there is a $50,000 fine and or 5 years in jail to someone that is caught organ trafficking, like an agent, or even the medical assistants that are in the rooms during these procedures. Just to put this in perspective for you, a $50,000 fine is not much to people that sell organs. They can make easily up to $50,000 just selling one organ, one kidney. A government foundation registers buyers and sellers in Iran. Iran is the only country that legally has a program set in place that you can organ traffic basically. You can sell your kidney for $4,600. There's a set price so that people can't get around that at all. And the LA Times reported that since 1993, Iran has performed more than 30,000 transplants this way. Organ trafficking happens more than we know. About 10% of all transplants are illegal. Exodus Rhodes says that the magnitude of the problem is difficult to track since there are so many crimes that happen with a network of legitimate medical settings and people. Interview with PBS with the survivor talks about how his life has completely changed. This is a picture of what his stomach looks like now, and he cannot perform in any hard labor because he will faint. His body is not at all working properly because he was organ trafficked. He is still alive, thankfully, that is the good part of it, but he can't participate in day-to-day activities anymore. Now, I'm not saying that if you guys don't support stopping and making punishments more like heavier, then an agent's gonna come knocking on your door and you guys are gonna get into organ trafficking. That's not all gonna happen, hopefully. But I feel like knowing this problem is, and you guys being more aware is just gonna make things better. Most Americans don't think they need to help because it doesn't pertain to, they don't feel like it pertains to them, but we are where this change starts. Several things that can stop organ trafficking, like being aware and then bringing more, Friends of WPC Nepal gave a list of things to save lives in communities, like meeting the desperate needs of these people that are in these hotspots. So WPC actually sent a group of people to Nepal, and during like a 2015 earthquake, they made sure to help out the communities so that the communities would stay strong, and they just like brought awareness. They also have counseling groups for people here in America that they counsel just if those people are wanting to work overseas. They're like, hey, these are the problems. Like you might not make as much money working overseas, so you could fall into organ trafficking since it's it looks like such an easy way to make some cash, like some pocket money. All you have to do is sign this petition. Petitions are a really good and easy way to get things into play for the government, to show the government that there's a lot of people behind these movements. It is so easy. All you have to do is put your first and last name in your email. Literally takes 2 seconds and it can change the lives of so many people. I'm hoping that with this new information that I presented to you, you'll go into the community and hopefully make everyone else more aware of the situation. Today you have watched a video of a man sharing his crazy story, and I have taught you the punishments that there are put in place now, and that we need to do more to get those raise the punishments. And then I've shared with you some easy solutions like signing petitions and helping out in the communities more. By helping solve organ trafficking around the world, you are potentially ensuring lives of so many people and their families. So don't forget to sign this QR code.